Hello there. It's just that I've realised, you know, I once ran into someone who I did get to very much like and admire, who said sort of in some of my essays I was demonstrating my sensitivity rather than presenting arguments. I don't know whether he thought that I was being affected in some way. Possibly that was it. I was being affected. I've come to realise that one of the mainstream arguments surrounding this mental health psychiatric hegemony, or whatever you call it, I always call it hegemony, just for my own amusement. But the thing is, it seems to be that we are being trained to be insensitive, and that sensitivity is now portrayed as some sort of mental disorder. When I think about it, you know, if you are reactive to conditions or to some of the so-called entertainment, I'm thinking back to me walking out of that spy film the other night. If you were not completely insensitive, then you're not conforming to the status quo and you look odd. And you know, it seems weird to me, like you know, I don't know that there does, you know, there seems to be a divide. Like, I don't understand like how many of the American films, for example, rely on sensitivity apparently to get people's reaction going. Like some of the romantic comedies or whatever, there might be people sort of there in tears, sort of at the end of it, you know, because one of the partners has left another one, or I don't know exactly. I don't understand it, because then, you know, there's stuff like some of these video games and like that film I saw the other night where they're just violent as hell. And like maybe I mean the guy who I was with, my relative, watching that film the other night, was laughing in the same way as he used to laugh at cartoons, but it had gone a step further. It obviously wasn't. It may have been, we may have been meant to interpret it as a cartoon, but unfortunately they were real people, not images that were obviously cartoons. And so that was very distressing to me. And you know, the suggestion that really, well, I think in fact, like, I think possibly the film was meant to be walked out of, because I mean, right straight away there was a warning came up that it was going to contain violence. That's when I thought, oh my God, you know, I shouldn't be sitting here. But I felt obliged to sit there, to be companionable, because my cousin wanted to watch the film and had invited me to go with them. But yeah, I mean, the song that introduced it gave clues as well. It said something like where there's no right or wrong, or there's only justice, or, you know, in fact it was an anarchic situation, you know. Whether it was meant to be ironic or not, I don't know, because like I was affected by it, and I am generally reactive to, like, things can upset me, and you know, things on television, things that people say, memories of things that haven't been very pleasant, can upset me. And you know, I'm wondering what the obverse of that is. Is it because, like, I mean, you know, you know, how tough exactly do you have to get? And then this is going back to the American films that expects us to be sensitive, seemingly. You know, we are in a privileged position. I realise that, being able to be sensitive, but then, you know, because if we were living in the slums of Africa, then we possibly wouldn't be able, we'd have to be so tough, you know, so, but then would we want to be having to do that? I don't think I'd want to be that tough. I don't think I'd want anybody to have to be that tough. So, you know, although there is, and like, although there is something about trying to train yourself and being self-disciplined in such a way as not to be over affected by too much, there is an argument in favour of sensitivity and being affected by stuff as well, I think. Okay, bye for now. Bye.